Hello, and good morning to Egypt today. Today we'll be talking about Egypt. Egypt, or officially the Arab Republic of Egypt, is a country in North Africa, within the Sinai Peninsula, a land bridge in Southwest Asia. Firstly, we'll be talking about the Egyptian language. Egyptian is the indigenous language of Egypt and a branch of the Afro-Asiatic language family. Written records of Egyptian language have been dated from around 3400 BC, making it one of the oldest recorded languages known. Egyptian was spoken until late 7th century AD in form of Coptic. The national language of modern-day Egypt is Egyptian Arabic, after the Muslim conquest of Egypt. Coptic is still used as a liturgical language of the Coptic Church. It has handful and fluent speakers today.
Here is an example.
Oh.
Hi, I'm Amy Winehouse, and I'll be talking about animals in Egypt.
Okay then.
In Egypt, dogs were important both as symbols of gods and as domestic animals. During most of the pharaonic period, lions were relatively few in Egypt, but were at the same time significant to the pharaonic Egyptians. Today we know as no wild lions in Egypt. Their numbers declined steadily as the more lush climate of the prehistoric period faded into the desert climate that most of Egypt knows today, and as the inhabitable land of Egypt is more and more densely populated. Vegetation of Egypt is confined largely to Nile Delta and Nile Valley, and the oasis. Most widespread of the few indigenous trees is the palm. Trees that have been introduced from other lands include cypress, elm, etc.
Hi, we're in Egypt. Lol, jokes, we're not. Today we're going to talk to you about Egyptian costumes and show you some classic examples.
Oh my god, son!
No.
I don't even know what.
The national costume of Egypt consists of many different types of clothing. The Egyptian climate, with its hot summers and mild winters, favoured light clothing made from plant fibres, predominantly, and in Roman times occasionally cotton, an import from India.
Wool was used to a lesser extent and seldom by Egyptians proper. Small amounts of silk were traded to the eastern Mediterranean, possibly as early as the second half of the second millennium BCE, and traces of silk have been found in Egyptian tombs. Interesting. Animal skins, above all leopard skins, were sometimes worn by priests and pharaohs as their role as first servants of the gods. There were many of those.
Such outfits were found in Tutankhamun's tomb and were depicted quite frequently on the walls of the tombs.
At times, kings and queens wore decorative ceremonial clothing adorned with feathers. Hi, I'm a priest.
I'm a servant.
She's giving me a leopard. Can we borrow your scarf?
Just keep it rolling.
It's alright, we got all day. We've got so much time.
Not even
It's leopard skin. Thanks.
Action.
I'm going to talk to you about music. The music of Egypt has been a part of Egyptian culture since ancient times. The ancient Egyptians credited one of their gods with the invention of music. They also played recorders and clarinets. In general, modern Egyptian music blends with the traditions with Turkish, Arabic and Western elements. The 20th century has seen Cairo becoming associated with a revival. Musicians from across Egypt are keeping folk traditions alive. Mixes of folk and pop has also arisen from the Cairo hit factory. Coptic music is music of Coptic church. It consists mainly of chanted hymns in rhythm with instruments such as cymbals and the triangle. It has preserved the same features of the ancient Egyptian music. Thanks.
Go.
I like that camel.
Being one of the most ancient civilizations in the world, Egyptians have invented numerous ways to keep themselves active, strong and healthy while competing with others for amusement. It is said sport was born in Egypt, where it flourished and spread to Greece, Rome and eventually the rest of the world. Ancient Egyptian games included swimming, which was a favourite for the Egyptians and took place on the River Nile. Other sports such as javelin throwing and archery, were a test of accuracy. They were often practiced through hunting. The rules followed during this era are used to this day. Currently, Egypt boasts a number of successful teams that compete nationally in the Olympics and most famously, the FIFA World Cup. Football is the most widely played sport in Egypt, and people are fast gaining interest in it. In November 2009, Egypt beat Algeria 2-0. Unfortunately, this defeat was insufficient to qualify them into the World Cup. This clip shows one of their goals made.
ينطلق كرة طويلة في متابعة عبد الظاهر ساعة خطرة جول 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 الله 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 جول 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 جول